Can say no. So this is plant kingdom. Okay, so fourth kingdom. First is Monera, second Protista, then we have fungi, plantae, and animalia. Okay, under plant kingdom, we have divisions: Helophyta, Bryophyta, Pteridophyta, Gymnosperm, and Angiosperm. Okay. So let's see first the system of biological classification. Okay. In system, we have three types of system. Means how the plants were classified first. Okay. Artificial system, natural system, and phylogenetic system. Now let's see what is artificial system. You don't write, okay? Give later. Not only I'll give. So you just write system of classification. Put arrow and write system of classification. System of classification. So artificial classification system. Okay. Earliest system of classification. This was the oldest system of classification. Now on what they were based? They were based on vegetative characters or superficial morphological characters. Okay. What are the vegetative characters? Vegetative characters will be habitat. Can you tell some habitat of plant? Habitat of plant, where you can find plants, or different places where you can find plants. Moist with soil, then
Not flooding or
dry area like desert. Then we have aquatic plants. Okay, so based on that they used to classify. Then habitat, habit, color, number and shape of leaves, and etc. Linus artificial system of classification was based on androecium structure. Okay, these are the different structure of androecium. What is androecium? Yeah. What is the which part of is it? Androecium and gynoecium. What is androecium? Male reproductive part. Androecium is the male reproductive part. So this is the androecium. It is made up of filament and anther. Together it is called as stem. Now it can be monoadelphous, means all the anther are joined. All the stamens are joined as one. Then we have diadelphous, where the stamens are in the group of two. Polyadelphous means the stamens are in the group of many. Then syngenesious, then cindrus, all this will start. These are there. Okay. Next, drawbacks. What are the drawbacks of artificial classification system? Okay, they separated the closely related species since they were based on few characteristics. They didn't take more characteristics. They take very few characteristics of differentiation. So there were few related species also which were separated. Very few differences they took. Okay, if you take more number of differences, then you can get different plants. You can separate more differently. But if you consider only few characteristics, okay, then you cannot separate properly. Example, if you just take leaf shape, leaf size, and flower color or number of seeds, you cannot classify organism into many different categories. The more characters you take, the more number of classifications you will get to do. Then equal weightage for vegetative and sexual characters. Okay. There was equal weightage for vegetative and sexual characters. Vegetative characters are different and sexual characters were different, but there was equal weightage. This is not acceptable because vegetative characters are more easily affected by environment. Vegetative characters can be easily affected by the environment. Vegetative characters are the characters like stem, root, leaf. Okay. If the environment is dry, the leaf will fall. Okay. Then natural classification system. This is based on natural affinities among organisms. It considers external features and internal features. Like here, they were considering internal features also. In previous, there was no microscope study. Here they study internal features. For example, ultrastructure. Okay. Then anatomy, what is inside the plant. Embryology, how the embryo is growing. Study of the embryo. Phytochemistry, chemical reactions which takes in the plant. That was studied. So example classification of flower plants given by George Bentham and Joseph Dalton Hooker. Okay. This was classification of flowering plants given by George Bentham and Joseph Dalton Hooker. I'll explain this next time. What was the classification? This part is not that more important. Important is the plant kingdom. That is the Thallophyta classification we have to study. Bryophyta, Pteridophyta characteristics. If examples are there, Gymnosperm and Angiosperm. Then phylogenetic classification system. These are based on evolutionary relationship. It is based on evolutionary relationship. You can see in the picture how we have evolved. Okay. Chimpanzee, gorilla, human, all we have evolved from one species. That is evolutionary relationship. This assumes that organism in the same taxa has a common ancestor. If organism in the same taxa will have a common ancestor. For example, we studied tiger, lion, Panthera tigris, Panthera leo, and Panthera. The third one was cheetah. Okay, they all will have common ancestor. Domestic cat and wild cat, they will have common ancestor. The dog, wolf, okay, canines, all the canines, they will have common ancestors. That is phylogenetic classification system. Okay. Next, other sources to resolve problem of classification, like other studies like numerical taxonomy. It is based on observable characters. Okay, it is based on observable characters. It is carried out using computers. Numbers and code are assigned to all the characters and the data is processed. Thus, 100 of characters can be equally considered. Like in one side, they will write the taxa name. Okay, the taxa name. Taxa is like, say, Solanaceae, Malvaceae. They will categorize category. And here characters are written. The characters. So they will see if character is present, they will put plus. If not present, they will put minus. Based on more number of character, they will classify it. Then cytotaxonomy is, it is based on cytological information like chromosome number, structure and behavior. Cytological means cytological is cell study. Okay, cytological. So study of the cell, like chromosome number, structure and behavior. So if chromosome number is same, they can classify them as together depending on the character. Chemotaxonomy is chemical study of the plant. It is the uses the chemical constituent of the plant. What is present? What different chemicals, toxins, if there is present, antioxidant, they all study them. Now we'll come to the main part, that is the algae. So write algae, just write the heading. Okay. Algae, and dash you write Thallophyta. Thallophyta, double L for thallo. So they are simple. Now this is the first classification of the plant kingdom. So always we classify from simple to complex. So these are the simple thalloid autotrophic. Now since it is plant, they will be autotrophic, chlorophyll bearing, and aquatic freshwater and marine organism. They are simple. They don't have a complex structure. They have a simple. Thalloid means they don't have proper root, proper shoot, or proper leaf. It is just like a green mass. They don't have root, leaves, and stem. They are just like a mass of green. You have seen shadow now on the water. Yeah. That is in the ponds and all. That is thalloid. Autotrophic means they prepare their own food. Why they prepare their own food? Because they have chlorophyll. They are aquatic. They also in moist occurs in moist soil. Wherever there is water, you will find them. Soil and wood. Okay. Some occur in association with fungi. Example, lichens. Some occurs in association with fungi. Example, lichen. This is lichen. This is algae, you can see. It is just like a green mass. They don't have proper leaf or proper stem or proper shoot or root. Just mass. This is lichen. Lichen is an association with algae and fungi. And animals, example on sloth bear. Okay. Now this green color you can see on the bear is actually the algae. Sloth bear. Sloth bear green fur is due to presence of certain algae. Next we have algae. The form and size of algae is highly variable. Okay. Size will be very variable. Microscopic unicellular algae like chlamydomonas. Okay. We have microscopic unicellular like chlamydomonas. They are all unicellular and they are microscopic. Colonial form, example, volvox. Colony. Colony means they will stay in group like this. Colonial form. Okay, colonial form, example, volvox, filamentous, Pyrogyra and Eulothrix. Filamentous. Okay. This is filament, like Pyrogyra and Eulothrix. So this filamentous I try to get next time. We'll see under microscope. So in colony means they are in group. Next is alga reproduction. So write alga reproduction. Reproduction is vegetative, asexual, and sexual reproduction. So reproduction we have vegetative, asexual, as well as sexual reproduction. Now in vegetative it is by fragmentation. Okay. In vegetative it is by fragmentation. You know now what is fragmentation. One example, this Pyrogyra, it will break into fragments and each fragment will grow into new Pyrogyra. Okay. Then asexual reproduction is by production of spores. Okay. Example, zoospores. What are zoospores? Zoospores. Why they are called as zoospores? Zoo for
Many.
Zoo for where animals. What animals can do? They can move. So similarly, these spores can move. That's why they are called as zoospores. The most common is zoospores. Since they can move, means they will have flagella. They have to move, so they will have flagella. They germinate to give rise to new plant. So here you can see how the zoospores spores are produced in the sporangium. The sporangium bursts open and many zoospores are released. Each spore will give rise to a new algae. And sexual reproduction is by fusion of gametes. Fusion of the two gametes. One will form the male gamete, the other one will form female gamete. They will fuse. Next, here you can see reproduction. Sexual reproduction is many types: isogamous, anisogamous, and oogamous. Isogamous means, we know iso means same. Iso means same. Fusion of gametes similar in size. Okay. Fusion of gametes which are similar in size. They may be flagellated or non-flagellated. Example for flagellated is Eulothrix and non-flagellated is Pyrogyra. Anisogamous means the fusion of two dissimilar size, means the gamete will be of two different size. Example, some species of Eudorina. Okay. And oogamous, fusion between one large, oogamous is like egg and sperm. Always remember the egg will be larger and the sperm will be smaller. Even in plants or animal, the egg is larger, it is called as megaspore or mega gametophyte, and this is microspore, small it is. Why? Everything will be there in the egg. The sperm will only give the nucleus. The sperm only provides the nucleus. Rest all cytoplasm of the egg will be used. So oogamous fusion of between one large non-motile uh, female gamete. And always the female gamete is non-motile. It cannot, whereas the male gamete will be motile. They can, even in humans, we know the sperm can move, but the egg will not move. So example, volvox and fucus. Okay. So next we have benefits of algae. Okay. Benefits of algae. Through photosynthesis, they fix half of the total carbon dioxide on the earth and increase the level of dissolved oxygen. Through photosynthesis, they will fix half of the total carbon dioxide. What do you mean by fix?
Like pollution.
Yeah, they will try to maintain the pollution. They will absorb carbon dioxide. They will absorb carbon dioxide. And on earth, and increase the level of dissolved oxygen. Why only dissolved oxygen is given?
Because they are in the water.
Yeah, because they are aquatic. So in the water, they will increase the oxygen. And from where? Mostly from the earth, they will take the carbon dioxide. They are primary producers and basis of food cycle for all aquatic life. They are the primary producers in the aquatic life. Here you can see the food chain. Alga, they are the primary producers on which streams are growing and small fish. And then we have the largest fish. Okay, then about 70% species of marine algae are used as food. Okay. About 70% of the marine algae they use as food. Example, Porphyra, Laminaria, and Sargassum. These all are used as a food. Or if not food, they can be also used as a fodder for the fish or cow. Example, Porphyra, Laminaria, Sargassum. Gelidium is used for make jelly. Gracilaria, agar, the agar powder. Okay. Agar products are available. Okay. We have, I'll show next time this agar. It's there in the list. Okay. Agar from Gelidium and Gracilaria is used to grow microbes and in ice cream and jellies. These are mostly gelling agent. Okay. So they are used to grow microbes and in ice cream and jelly. The other benefits of algae are some marine brown and red algae produce hydrocolloids, water holding substances. Example, algin, brown algae, and carrageen, red algae. These are commercially used. Okay, they produce water holding substances. Okay. So mostly for ornamental plants, you can use this that stick which comes, in the vase. Okay, that's moss which is used actually. That is made from some algae or even soya is also used. Cotton, coconut. That is the simple way to use. Okay. Protein-rich unicellular algae like cholera and spirulina are used as food supplement by space travelers. You heard spirulina tablets and all. You get spirulina tablets. This is the protein-rich supply. That is we take it from algae. We get it from algae, spirulina. Then algal classification we have chlorophyceae, Pheophyceae, and Rhodophyceae. Under classes of algae, okay, under classes of algae. You know the classification, we get first kingdom, then what is there? Phylum. Keep ponds clean. C for classes. So division is algae and class is chlorophyceae, Pheophyceae, and Rhodophyceae. So we have to study the classes also of most of the division. In plants we have division. In animals we have phylum. Okay.